Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. And it's Saturday, which means it's time for another Star Trek stream. With me today, I have Irate Prostate
Hello.
and the One Ton Hammer.
Hey guys.
And Skeptalk had to go play Wedding Planner. So
So he says.
he's. Yeah. And we don't blame him, because today we're talking about The Final Frontier. Possibly, if we don't count, like, the Kelvin timeline, I would say it is the worst movie in the franchise. A very quick summary of it before we just go to town on this movie is Kirk is lured to the planet of galactic peace. Yes, that is what it is called. Nimbus 3, the planet of galactic peace. In order so that Sybok, a Vulcan who was considered a revolutionary because he wanted to embrace his emotion, could take the Enterprise through the galactic barrier to a planet called Shakari to find God. That is what this movie is about. And Sybok just happens to be Spock's brother. Because, why not?
Yeah.
And this little piece of canon is what I blame for Michael
Burnham.
Burnham. Fuck you, Final Frontier. It is because of you that we have Michael Burnham.
It's true.
I went the same place, man. That's funny.
They went, then we did it once. Let's do it again. Oh my god. So,
well, at least he had the beard in this one. Not Spock, for God's sakes.
And who plays Sybok again? I can't ever remember the.
Who cares?
A nothing
Who
fucking
cares?
actor. That's the last movie he made. Okay, here's the deal. That's the last movie he ever made. He never had any kind of lead role in anything. He did some stage stuff, some one guy performances, right? Like where he would play like somebody like a. I think one of them was Thomas Edison or some shit like that, right? But I mean, it was all these actors and David Warner, of all fucking people, who would have been fantastic because he would at least could have made Shinola out of that shit, or at least make it look like Shinola. But all right, so one good takeaway is the very opening of the movie, the slow motion horse.
Yes.
It reminded me of Tombs of the Blind Dead, which is a fantastic movie. And I'm going to watch that this weekend. This is the great take I got from this movie. So, all right.
Like, everything is so bad. Like, the music is bad. The sounds are bad. There's a little child in my office.
Come back here, you.
Go see Daddy. I love you. Go give him a round thing. He hasn't had one yet.
You want a Timbit?
Yeah.
Go get a Timbit.
They're on top of the dryer.
Let's go get a Timbit.
So the music is bad. The sound effects are bad. The scripting is bad. Even the dialogue between the three people that the dialogue is always good between sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The whole beginning part with Kirk, climbing the rock face and shit. And then Spock uses these jet boots
with
to get up.
Jet boots?
Yeah.
Spock of all people would not use jet boots. Kirk would use jet boots.
Yeah, it would be opposite,
Spock would
right?
not use jet boots.
Spock would be the rock climber out of the bunch because it's a solitary act, right?
Yes.
You'll be real meditative and shit.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense
This
to me.
whole movie just just doesn't make sense to me.
It's from a parallel universe that sucks.
It is, and it's not even the mirror universe. It's just some
Yeah.
weird like
I'm talking about our universe. It's
soy boy universe where Kirk, like, this is the only, like, other than in The Voyage Home when he's trying to blend in and he's like, double dumbass on you. He actually curses Spock out at one point.
yeah.
Like, I mean, I think if I were in that position, I might too, but it just doesn't feel right. Like when he's like, "God damn you, Spock! God, I should knock you on your goddamn," like, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like Kirk and Spock.
So to get this out of the way, it was written and directed by Shatner.
Yeah.
Okay, and it looks like the set building was horrible. I mean, it was ambitious, mentally, but it looked horrible. It just didn't. Hammer, what do you think?
I think you're being generous.
Tell us how you really feel there, Hammer.
I can't really. There's a couple of small moments that are redeeming for this movie, but overall, there's very little. The fact that Mr. Scott is walking through the hallways and bangs his head and knocks himself out.
Right after he goes, "I know this ship like the back of my hand." Bang!
And that was kind of like, that's cute.
But I see, that made me mad. That didn't redeem it for me. That was one of the things that
Made me
pissed
smile.
me off. Because it was like, that just doesn't... Are we a slapstick movie now? Like, I don't...
Yeah, it was 1 3-second slapstick in an hour and 27-minute movie. So it just kind of made me smile. It's like, oh, okay, well, there's a little bit of humor. It's the wrong kind of humor, but there was something to smile about. But really, there wasn't much beyond that. The only other thing was the sentimental feeling of, you can't die alone because I was here.
Yeah, that's the only...
That was really the only other thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing that made me kind of go, aw, right? And they even fucked that up.
Humor.
They screwed that line up too.
Not in front of the Klingons.
No, like they screwed up the never die. I always knew I would die alone, because it's just the way he delivers it. Like,
It was true though. It was prophetic because he did die alone.
he did die alone, yeah.
So
But it's just, it didn't feel like it. The whole movie just felt weird. It felt clunky. It felt like the actors didn't believe they got their script and they're like, really?
it started off with a bad premise. Whoever greenlit this in the first place should be ashamed
Yeah.
of themselves.
Yeah.
You can't have a movie about God. Sorry, it's going to be a disappointment no matter what.
Especially a Star Trek movie about God.
And the crew, it looked like the crew worked for T.J. Hooker. I just was talking to Anthrax Alien in the chat. The execute, I can't get past that. Just the clunky. It was clunky as fuck.
Because especially original series Trek and the movies usually have such good dialogue and such good humor and banter between especially Kirk, McCoy, and Spock. This was just weird. Like,
Yeah.
there was, like, especially when they're riding through to Paradise City. And Spock! Yes, Captain. Be one with the horse! Yes, Captain! And then they get into the city, and he goes, Spock, and he goes, hold your horse, Captain. I am scanning. It's like, that is terrible horrible joking. Like it just doesn't work.
Oh, and the bar scene was horrible
Oh
with
God.
the three-titted cat
Yeah.
stripper dancer thing. Oh my God.
And can we just talk about the Klingons in this movie and
Mm,
how terribly they spoke Klingon?
yeah, the dude was a
Like
Kim Pack wannabe and shit.
those, oh God, those actors just,
Yeah.
one of them sounded like they were speaking Klingon with, you know, no Klingon, like, you know how there's a Klingon type of accent, right? You speak it in the back of your throat. It's very guttural.
Mm.
But they were just like, you know, it's like they were just phoning in their Klingon lines. They were just like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, like they were just
blah,
reciting.
blah, 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 blah.
Mm.
Like, there was no passion. There was no, like, and then the other Klingon, I'm talking about the female Klingon. She was very wooden. And the one male Klingon was overdoing his lines to the point where a couple of times his voice cracks in in the freaking when he's giving orders. He's so
Yeah.
intent on sounding pissed off that he cracks his voice.
Like a
And it's
teenager.
like, okay, did your balls just drop?
Shit.
Did they send Klingon boys out to before they hit puberty for their first command? You know?
Graphics were horrible too. It was like watching Kroll.
Oh God.
Yeah, no shit, dude. You would expect, because the model making on the rest of the movies are really good, and and for back then, I mean, it was excellent. But even in comparison with shit from the '80s, it was bad. It was Kroll level. You're right, dude. That's right, spot on. Which is Kroll is fun though.
It's a fun movie, but the graphics in it are
It's
horrible.
horrible, man. It's total shit. Oh.
Deck Tran says William Shatner is a terrible director.
Oh, he had a comic book run that came out that was pretty bad too.
Oh, there is a cat stuck in my
I
eye.
don't remember the name of that. Do you remember that, Hammer?
No, I do know that Shatner's a really good writer, but he's not good at directing. I think that's really the issue. I don't think he has a good vision for a movie either. But he's written a few Star Trek books, and they were really, really good.
Really?
He wrote a book about how Kirk was reanimated after he was killed by the Borg. The Borg go to the planet where Kirk died with Picard. They find his corpse and they reanimate him with nanobots, and he becomes the leader of the Borg. And the book was fascinating. I mean, not to quote a Spockism, but it was a really great read. Well paced, made a lot of sense. I mean, it was just like, wow, this should be a movie if they're going to do a movie.
I need to start reading some Trek books, I think.
You sure you might not have done that with like a ghostwriter, maybe? You know what I'm saying?
I guess I didn't see anything on the book that said anything about a ghostwriter, so I guess they could have.
Hashtag NDA.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could have, but I've read a couple of books by him, and they all seem pretty consistent. So unless they use the same ghostwriter for all of them, it seems like it was him.
Well, he's definitely got a love for the franchise, even to this day. So, but yeah.
He's getting up there in age too. What is he like?
He's
70?
in his early 80s now, I believe.
Yeah, I was going to say 70 or something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
One of the few people still left from that crew.
Yep. It just this and can I just point out something that doesn't make any sense to me here?
Please.
How on earth can one Vulcan fuck with the minds of that many people without one of them or a group of them taking him out? Because, I mean, I know Vulcans are stronger than humans, but there's one of him and the entire bridge crew. And he manages to get them all to let him mind meld with them and just... What?
Well, Spock is half human, and he can mind meld with people
Mhm.
to some degree, be suggestive to people without even being close to them.
Yeah, but I mean...
This guy's a true Vulcan.
He he even gave them... He's like, here, come here. Come here, I want to talk to you. Come here for a second. Like, because he just kept doing that. And nobody was like, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to come here for a second.
Yeah, why didn't somebody just grab a phaser, right?
Yeah, it's like...
Because bad writing, and we wouldn't have a movie.
It was terrible writing. I was like, what the hell? Like, there's no precedent for that to happen. It's just like, oh yeah, we've just had, it's very obviously been lured here, and now, our captain is back with these hostages and some extra dude, and now we're just gonna let the extra dude wander around and tell us to come here and mind meld with us. It's gonna be fine. We'll be good. It's like, what the Oh yeah, and there's Klingons running around out there.
Okay, so the
What's up?
Klingon captain was on TJ Hooker, and he's a stunt coordinator guy. He's a stunt.
You called it.
Not even an actor.
Irate called it.
And he did the stunts on another movie. He did Time Cop, and then another Star Trek. And I was just looking at it. Nemesis. Another gem.
And wasn't there an anomaly he was dealing with? Says Anthrax Allen. I think so. Like, what do you mean? Like the thing that he wanted to take the Enterprise to was helping him, I think, but it was still very unbelievable to me that a trained and experienced, like, because this is the other thing. It's pretty much the OG crew, right? So they've been through a whole bunch of weird stuff, and they just let this dude come here. I want to talk to you. Come here.
When you put it that way, man.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just sitting there rewatching this today, and I'm like, why?
I want to take your pain away.
Yeah.
And
Share
Scap.
your pain with me.
I mean, Scap, shit. Hammer. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, hi, Blackout.
Hey, Blackout. What's up, man? Hammer, did God not look like a modern day David Letterman?
Yeah, certainly did. The
You know, with the
beard.
beard and shit? Yeah, man. I was like, holy fuck, that's David Letterman.
Top 10 reasons why I need your starship. Oh my god, this movie was just like I'm gonna be honest with you. I couldn't finish rewatching it. I couldn't. Like, I got, I think, to an hour and 10 minutes, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I just can't. Because it's not like I haven't seen it before, right? It's just, it was, and then Kirk, instead of because they finally get to the, because they get taken hostage on their own ship, and they have to escape the brig, which they do with Scotty's help, and they get to the forward observation deck to send an emergency message. And instead of saying, hey, Federation vessel, any Federation vessel. Like, he knows there are Klingons looking for his ship, and he's like, to anyone within the sound of my voice. It's like, you dumb fuck. Don't you remember the Klingons are looking for you? Why would you say that? Why would you say to anyone within the sound of my voice, knowing the Klingons are looking for you? You don't think they wouldn't pick that up? Oh. This movie just, it really is a movie to get under your belt. Yeah, this movie just, because there were so many good Trek movies, the phenomenal badness that is this movie is just, it's just infuriating to me.
Well, there's bound to be a turd, in the punch bowl every once in a while. And I guess this was the one they drew. Just,
Yeah, but we already had one.
You talking about the first
We already
one?
had the motion picture. We didn't need this one too.
What was funny though? There was a reference to it where the Klingon was pea shooting space junk, and it was a Voyager because it had the little plaque on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting. Maybe that was like some kind of storytelling. Like, yeah, this is going to suck too. Buckle up, people.
Yeah.
You paid your money. Now bend over.
No kidding. I think the only line that I like in this movie is Kirk deadpan to God going, "Excuse me, what does God need with a starship?" just exactly like that.
It's a valid question, man.
It is a valid question. What does God need with a starship? He can go anywhere he wants. I'm pissed they didn't end Voyager with a movie, says
Oh
Nicola
yeah,
Fallon.
man.
It almost would have been a better way to end it than that Endgame fucking two-parter that was terrible.
No, Alan, you're making good points. You're right on it. I agree. I wish they'd have made a Deep Space Nine movie.
I do too.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
No?
a Garrick movie.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm gay for Garrick. Yeah. But Enterprise, I don't know if that was worthy of a film.
No. Maybe if they had allowed the season 4 writer to do his thing for more time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think he would have ended it like on a high note. I think it would have,
It shouldn't have done Nemesis. What they should have done is they should have done more of a collaborative between the others. Bring people in from DS9, bring people in from Voyager,
Yes.
and really, taking the whole universe and do a film there instead of, because Nemesis was really originally supposed to be done in different order than it was done. We saw Nemesis as the last movie. It was not supposed to be the last movie, and it was originally called the Romulan War, but they changed it. But
And
yeah,
apparently
if they would,
didn't want to do it unless they killed him. Brent Spiner didn't want to do it.
yeah. It's kind of short-sighted because killing off Data killed off a lot of other things besides just the franchise.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to want to go see a movie without Data in it. So all the Creation Con stuff, the Star Trek conventions, they all died.
Janeway was in Nemesis. You're right, for a very brief.
Yeah, on a monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Admiral
movie
Janeway.
because of issues like I don't like the Remans, the
The
slave
concept
way.
of the Remans.
Yeah, and slaves and shit. You know, it's like, oh, okay, here we go again.
That's
Yeah,
been in lore for a while, the Remans and the Romulans, but
Yeah, but they weren't the lore was kind of open as to why they were, you know, at odds with each other, right? And then when they flushed it out and decided to go in that direction, I think that was a mistake in my opinion. I think the Remans should have been just as. I don't think they should have looked any different than the Romulans A and B. I think they should have been just as ruthless. You know, this is like you got two evil twins, man.
Remans just seem stupid. That they're being. I mean, they're supposed to be a lower caste, but they were beyond just lower caste. They were just monkeys.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. They were. Yeah. Exactly. Slaves.
Yeah, they were really. Didn't make any sense to me. They built this fantastic ship. They're smart enough to build this fantastic ship because the Romulans didn't build it. Romulans built their own ships. So the Remans built this ship. They must have. If they built a ship like that.
Picard.
Yeah, but they can do all that. But then when you want to have them lead, they're I have no idea.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Well, we're getting off on Nemesis.
Another movie that
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
The Fire Rogers.
But yeah, the Final Frontier just. There's so many things that I'm just when I've rewatched this movie, I just go, what?
Yeah.
Why? I just don't get it.
It's tough to talk about because there's nothing good to say.
Nothing.
No.
So how do you really discuss it?
One of the other highlights of it was Nichelle Nichols with the fan dance.
Oh man, how embarrassing!
But it was still funny, man. That's the only thing I remember seeing this in the theater, and that's what I left with was that image. It's like, yeah. You're right.
Does anyone else find that Scotty and Uhura makes more sense than Spock and Uhura?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know why. It just does. Like, in New Timeline, having Spock and Uhura, to me, just goes, no. But in Old Timeline, having Scotty and Uhura together just goes, yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, it's a lot more logical, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they put them together when they were both 60 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like watching mom and dad have sex. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Too late to be doing that now. You should have done that back when you were doing the original 3 years of the show. Doing it now, it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, but we also have to remember that even in the future, there humans probably make it to about 110, maybe 120 years old. So 60 is the new 30. 60 is the new 40.
I can't help but apply it to today's standards of,
Yeah.
You look at them, they don't, ugh. Anyway.
Well, I think nowadays, I think you could argue that 60 is the new 40.
Yeah.
I really do. Especially compared to like the early century, early 1900s and before that, because of life span,
Anyone else find Scotty very admirable? He's like, could we just wait till I'm a bit stronger? I don't think I could take it in my condition or yours. It's like, you're such an admirable man, Scotty.
He doesn't want to take advantage.
Nope.
No, it's good.
So, what's next on the docket?
The Undiscovered Country.
I don't know if an hour's gonna be enough for that movie. You know,
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
there is gonna be a lot to talk about. It's a good. See, I think Pincalo's waiting for that because he loves that movie, and him and I are probably gonna sit down and watch that together again.
Mm.
Because then we also get introduced to Michael Dorn as Kirk's lawyer.
Really?
Yep. He's their advocate.
Yeah.
And
He has got
so-
such a sweet baby face, without the Klingon shit on him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the makeup makes a huge difference with him, in my opinion.
He's got such a deep voice though.
Yeah, it's almost like when he gets that makeup on, like there's an automatic stick that goes up his butt too, so it's like his back arches.
Yeah, the Undiscovered. I love the Undiscovered Country.
We got to be careful what we talk about here.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. It's certainly not a completely different level than this movie.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, everything about it, the graphics, everything about it, camera angles, the type of lighting, the script, everything is completely different. It was like it was written by someone else.
All you need.
It was.
Dr. McCoy lived that long because of his
Phobia of
encounter, I guess you want to call it,
oh,
with Spock. I think that's
Maybe,
my
yeah.
theory. That having Spock's Katra in his mind for however long helped him stay alive until I think Data said he was 137 or 100 something like Data said his age.
I don't
But
remember the exact number.
My theory is that it's because of his bond with Spock that he was able to live that long.
I think it has something to do with the disease he had. What was it? Xenopolycythemia? Is that the disease he had?
Something like that.
That the Narans.
Mm.
The world is hollow and I have touched the sky. That was the episode
Oh, okay.
where he had a fatal disease and they
Yeah.
found this floating ship that looked like a planet
Right.
and they cured him.
Right.
What was it called? The Yanada, I think.
I believe you're right.
And the girl's, I can't remember the girl's name. Some weird. But they had the Oracle who was yelling at them.
Yeah.
You must do this. You must do that.
Yeah.
And they get inside and they had all this advanced medical information inside. I thought, I bet you people are going to live longer now that they have all that stuff that's inside that little cubby behind
I'm
the
drawing a blank. What episode is this?
world is hollow and I have touched the sky. You got both drawing blanks on this?
Is that Next Generation?
The Fabrini?
No,
Remember the Fabrini? No?
I think it's an original series one.
It is original series.
Because it's got to do
Oh,
with McCoy.
shit.
They cured him from the
Oh.
repository, says all you need.
Natira, that was her name. The chick.
I think
I
know
can't
which
believe you guys are
episode
drawing
you're-
blanks on this.
I,
Like,
Yeah, no, no,
I'm pretty
how
sure
do
know
I
the
know this
episode
and you
you're
guys
talking
don't?
about. I just can't remember the name of it.
that's the name of it.
Yeah,
The world is hollow and I have touched the sky.
that's the sky.
Yes, that's the name of the episode. It was a third year. It's like
Wow.
halfway through the third year. It's one of the better episodes.
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Chick
I
was
have
sexy. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure I have seen it, but it's been a long time.
She fell for McCoy. Let me I have the episode because I have all the episodes digital. Let me bring it up and I'll pause it on the screenshot so you guys can see. Maybe it'll jog your memory.
Anthrax Allen asks, original Scott or Kelvin Scott?
Kelvin's
Oh.
Scott's funnier.
It's this third season. Okay.
Kelvin Scott is funnier, but original Scott is who I like better.
All right, here's the episode.
Oh, do I need to share your?
I haven't shared it on my end yet,
Okay.
but I want to get to a point where you guys would recognize the character. All right, open your eyes. Don't look down. No, don't bend down. They're not going to be able to recognize you if you bend down. There we go. Oh. Shit. I'm trying to get to the a part where they're showing her face and her eyes are open. She's oh. Yeah, she definitely falls for bones. There she is. All right, great. Let me full screen. Let me share.
Okay.
Don't do it just yet. I'm going to share my screen. Then I'm going to full screen it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, add to stream.
All right, I shared it in full screen.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And they came up with the cure for what he had, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've only seen this episode about 400 times. But I don't remember the titles.
There's the oracle.
Okay.
I'm a visual person and auditory. Yeah.
There's the oracle room.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got to step away from my mic for a second. You can unshare me.
Oh. Remove from stream. So, all you need says confirmed. McCoy was 137 when he visited the Enterprise D. Okay.
It still had an aversion to being beamed.
Yep.
I love that about him. Because that's me, you know? Just the idea, being obliterated and then reconstructed like that. It's like a
Did I just kick Hammer out?
negative. I don't think so. No. He's
Or
here.
did I...
I think he had stepped away.
There's me, there's you.
I see him.
No, I did. Oh. No. Weird. I see another add to stream thing for his screen. Then he was found by the Voyager. Did I kick you from the stream by accident? No.
I think the hammer's there. No, I'm here. I'm here. You can probably hear me.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. This was just, I think it's definitely my least favorite movie.
Yeah, even Nemesis has good moments in it, right?
Yeah, I don't even like Nemesis that much, but
Right.
I like Nemesis better than I like this.
Absolutely. I concur, my friend.
Nemesis makes me both angry and sad. I turn into a big blubbering mess when Data goes.
Yeah. I don't know, did Spiner just get burned out on playing the part?
Probably.
I think so. That all those guys that aspire to be like actors, I think they get resentful that they get locked in to something like that. And because I remember, back in the 70s, all the Trek guys were like resentful of it. there was even a Saturday Night Live where Shatner was the host, and he did he did. This is when Star Trek conventions were like not cool, right? And he told the people, he said, "Get a life, people, get a life," because they were asking him about, and it would be like your typical Q&A, right, back in the day, because like when you were in this episode and you made this choice, do you think you should have made this choice instead?
Oh my
God! He's like, I don't know. He's a fucking character I played, right? I might try to find that.
I wasn't the writer.
No, exactly, man. I'm just playing a part, dude. I'm just a man. I'm just a dude playing a dude trying to be another dude. You never go full retard.
Hey, Anthrax Allen, you know what? I love Voyager, so don't worry about it. But I think, unfortunately, because this movie was so bad, there wasn't very much to talk about.
Yeah.
But next Saturday, we will have plenty to talk about. And Skep will be joining us.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, man, but
it's fine. It's
it's
just
like,
so much
so
much good to talk about next. Yeah, what more can you say? It sucked.
It was horrible.
It sucked.
It was not
with all capital letters. It's.
I will watch Tombs of the Blind Dead this weekend though because of that. So
number
I'm
5.
grateful.
Yes, it sucks donkey balls. Balls. Then, you know what? I won't say it's quite as bad as Picard, but it's getting close. It's balls. And anybody that enjoys it, Hammer.
No, Hammer hates it.
Oh, Hammer, you hate 5? Yeah.
Atema said it was a great movie. But
she's
crazy.
Father, we know a whole bunch of people that are like, oh, Cyvok.
Yeah.
No. No. The Cytherians were a better concept. No. Shit.
Lower Decks says Anthrax Allen. Yeah, fuck Lower Decks.
I will watch Lower Decks before I watch Star Trek 5.
I was watching a review of that the other day, man. They were ripping it up and down.
I bet.
Yeah, it's because it's like bad comedy, cartoon shit with like a little wokage thrown in for good measure.
Oh, good.
Right. So if you didn't hate it, you're really gonna hate it then, right?
Yeah.
If it wasn't shitty enough, just throw some woke shit up and make it just a little bit shittier. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I know that a lot of Trekkers are people that are more open-minded than I am. It may, and so please don't be offended by that. It's just I'm old and I'm not going to change. What can I say, man?
Well, unfortunately, because this is such a shit movie, we're going to have a short stream. But next Saturday, come back for an actual full stream. It's 5:40 something.
Why so short?
Because there's nothing to say anymore.
Yeah.
We've ripped it apart.
Talk about the floating head races. How many different floating head fucking ghost races have there been? Like, there was Melvin.
Melvin?
The planetary gas body that needed a ship. Why does a ghost need a spaceship?
You mean the one from the Final Frontier that we're just talking about right now?
Is that the only one I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go away, not Trekkie. But next Saturday, please come back and join us for a full, probably more than an hour, talking about The Undiscovered Country, because that's an awesome movie, and there's lots to talk about. And, Irate, you have something tonight and something tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. That means that's 6 Pacific. We're doing on accelerated deconstruction. We're going to be looking at the 1619 project.
Nice.
Oh my God. So that should be interesting. And tomorrow, the lovely Norwegian known as Bunny is going to be in the other chairs. This lovely young lady who is very sweet, and hopefully I won't make her cry. So,
Well, if you're around at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, go watch Minions of the Zoo tonight.
that's right.
And tomorrow night, Pinkalo and I will be doing Blind in the Special at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. I have recorded a roundtable discussion with a few other blind people about Molly Burke's impact on the blind community. That still needs to be chopped up, but those that will be put up in like parts. And we had so much fun that we're gonna start doing a live stream every 2 weeks and talking about different topics that affect the blind and low vision community. So
Yeah, I think that's going to take off too. I think it's a great idea.
some new content coming up for you guys. So
Yeah, exciting.
links to Twitter for everybody are in the description. Links to my Instagram and my Twitch are there as well, and links to Patreon also. Thank you everybody for watching, and have an amazing rest of your weekend, my friends.
Later, taters.